The fact of the matter is that, right now in the US, there are almost 600,000 people living with upper extremity limb loss. And most of those people will have attempted some sort of prosthetic rehabilitation. Okay, so that means getting fitted to use a prosthetic arm or hand. Unfortunately, we have also a number of 40% or more of those patients who abandon their prosthetic limb. And so that's a big mismatch there, And so the question is, why is that? And the reason is that although we can now engineer very sophisticated hands that have all the different joints that can basically emulate anything that my hand can do, there still isn't really a great way of controlling those arms and hands, okay? So the biggest issue is that patients aren't able to actually use their own mind control and actually control those robotic hands. And that's where Blue Arbor Technologies comes in. So Blue Arbor Technologies is a company that spun out of almost 2 decades of research from the University of Michigan. And what Blue Arbor Technologies makes is an implantable interface system that allows patients with limb loss to seamlessly control a prosthetic hand or arm. Basically, what our product consists of is implantable electrodes and then a sensing unit and also a receiver unit that connects a patient's nervous system and muscles to the prosthetic itself. That's been the greatest challenge in the past, okay? Like I said, we've been able to make these robotic hands, but and you can go online and just type in, robotic hand playing the piano. You can see that happening, right? The problem is that a real human can't do that. Why is that? It's because of the interface. And so that is exactly what we make, is that interface that'll provide more intuitive control of that hand. So, the Breakthrough Devices program that was launched around 2015, and the goal of this program from the FDA is to expedite the development of emerging medical devices. It has an overall goal of trying to bring these innovative devices to patients who are in need, particularly if they have debilitating issues like limb amputation. It is meant to speed up the development, the assessments, and the review prior to them giving market authorization. And so that's a really, really important milestone for us to have achieved, because it means that we really have this relationship with the FDA, with them as kind of like an advisory position to help us accomplish development of our product. TAP is a complementary program. TAP stands for Total Product Lifecycle Advisory Program. And it is a complementary program in that it is the FDA providing our company with frequent advisory meetings with them, as well as other important stakeholders like payers and providers, in order to de-risk this process prior to market authorization. Okay, so it's even more so helping our company with all the issues that are necessary to get it approved by the FDA. So those two things together really will help us launch our product. Well, right now, what we're focused on is just to produce our RESTORE system for the specific use with upper extremity amputation patients, okay? That in itself is actually really exciting, because if you compare us to many of the existing technologies out there, many of them, their usefulness kind of stops with more proximal amputations, so kind of going up the arm, right? So in the world of amputation rehabilitation, there is a big difference between below the elbow and above the elbow amputation. And let me just explain that a little bit. If you have an amputation that is below the elbow, okay, so wrist or middle of your forearm, you will have most of the musculature remaining here that's responsible for moving the hand and the fingers. Most of them are still there. Many of the existing interface strategies that are available today, they leverage the fact that you still have those muscles available, okay? However, once your amputation goes above the elbow, so anywhere above the elbow, you no longer have those muscles at all. And so all of the existing interface strategies now, they are completely useless, right? And so what we're focused on is not only serving those people with upper limb amputations below the elbow, but also those above the elbow as well. And so that's one really unique thing about the RESTORE implantable system that makes it really special and what we're really excited about. Long term, this is a nerve interface strategy or a nerve and muscle interface strategy that can be applied to lower limb amputations as well. And so we're just looking at the clinical science of applying, elements of our technology to patients with lower limb amputations. But the company right now is focused on upper limb amputation patients, but we are excited for the prospect of expanding our product to serve those with lower limb amputations as well. And that is a much, much bigger population of patients who have a lower limb amputation.